As we travelled to our next case, I have to admit I was rather worried before getting there. Of course, Holmes, being his usual self, turned to me and said,
"Don't worry, Watson. I'm sure it's just another routine case."
You see, the problem that was troubling my mind was simply that we had no details on the kill. We just knew that they were found in a woodland foresty area known as the Japanese Gardens.
Watson, I can sense you're worried that we have no details on the killed.
A little bit, sir, a little bit.
Yes, but you should know we found them in the woodland area of the Japanese Garden.
Well, I'm sure that's a good start, sir. We had no leads, no advice on where to go with the case. All we knew was that there were two bodies somewhere in the woods. They did not even specify where.
That'll do, driver! Right!
We traipsed through the garden areas, trying to find our dead people. We didn't have a clue what they'd be like, how they'd been killed. What, even the murder weapon, nothing. We had no evidence at all. And then,
Watson! There's a man dead on a bench, look!
by golly, he was right. The first corpse.
Pat Connor, my sweet love, remembered such wealthy rings. My God, who could have killed this bloody, awful, tragic person?
I have no idea, sir. Now, how was he killed? Do we have any idea?
Look for a clue.
We searched around the local trees, the nearby area, looking for murder weapons or signs of blood. Sherlock, once again, of course, found the first tree.
A footprint!
Indeed it was.
I think you should go back to the dead body, take his shoe, and see if it matches up.
Of course. Then we could decide on how our victim had got to this local area. A fantastic idea from the great Holmes. I went back to the corpse and noticed something about these shoes. There was something familiar about them. Something I'd seen before. The smell of the dead foot. But there was something strangely homely about it. But I cast it from my mind.
Ah, brilliant! You brought the shoe!
Yes, sir.
Does it match up? Does it match up?
I think so. Very, very close.
Watson!
What on?
Somebody's taken my left shoe!
Oh! We had to search the local area. It was no longer safe.
Be careful, Watson! It could be a trap!
I was absolutely terrified of what Holmes could dig up. The murderer could still be here, hunting us this very second. Luckily, I had Holmes at my side.
It's okay, we're safe, Watson. How on earth did he get my shoe from right under my nose?
No idea, sir. I didn't spot a thing.
Aha!
Another clue.
Tobacco ash.
Indeed it was.
Perhaps this tobacco ash matches the pipe they had in the victim's hand. Take a pipe and see if it matches.
Of course, of course.
Go, go!
We had to check once again. This is a perfect way to see how long the victim had been in the local area. If he had time to spill his ash, maybe there was quite a lot of it there. It must mean he'd stayed in that area for a small amount of time at the very least. Taking the pipe delicately from the victim's mouth. Something rather similar about this pipe. Again, I couldn't quite put my finger on it. It was not important now. I cast it from my mind. I rushed back to the scene where we had found the tobacco ash.
Ah, you brought the pipe!
Yes.
Does the ash match up?
By golly, it does, sir!
Well, you know what this means, don't you, Watson?
Sir, but... What? There's nothing in your hand, sir!
My goodness, he's taken my pipe!
He's stolen the pipe! How on earth has he done this? He
How are
got
you
right...
doing this, Watson?
He got right up to Holmes and managed to steal his pipe from under his very eyes!
This is beyond the bucket!
This means he must be still around, very close indeed.
The question is, Watson, how has he managed to take the pipe from the past and place it in the future and then stolen it from me? I think I have a solution, Watson.
Of course, the great Holmes had to figure out a case. There's never been one that he hasn't.
You see, Watson, I think this man is me.
I'll admit that he looks an awful lot like Holmes, but to actually be Holmes is just ludicrous.
No, you're true, Watson. I was so bored by your drivel poetry recital that I killed myself.
And here's the blood splat.
Yes, you know I have white blood, don't you, Watson?
Of course.
From all the milk I drink. But the question that's really bugging me, Watson, is who is that dead man down there? Why, it looks an awful lot like you, Watson. Take a look.
By golly, it does. But if that's you, and this is me, then who are we?
We're ghosts, Watson.
Ghosts?
Mm-hmm.
We've died?
That's right.
But this is terrible news.
On the contrary, this is brilliant. This is the first case we've ever solved.
Every case we've
solved every case.
Every case.
This is one of the many cases we've solved. Sure. Remember that last case?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that was a bad one, wasn't it? The way we bloody well solved it and everything.
Yes,
Oh, you found that clue, didn't you?
Yes, that one.
Many clues.
Yes.
Anyway, well done to another great case.
What do we do now? We'll just travel back to London? Shall we take the carriage?
No, we will fly, Watson.